And all we're waiting for is we're waiting for that digital assets framework to be written into law by the President of the United States. When that happens, there's a Cambrian explosion of all these assets, and it'll start in the US. It will ripple out to every other country in the world. Everybody will copy the US. And if the US does it right, then all the entrepreneurs and all the capital will come to the US. And of course, that's the vision of the Trump administration and this industry.
Final question.
Back to the channel, going to be getting into some MSTR updates and Bitcoin updates. Stay tuned for everything. Also, I have a clip at the end of the video. Let's go ahead and jump into it here today. Not a lot of news, but we can see here, we talked about this a little bit, but they have the new launch of STRF. They're calling it Strife. This is just another evolution in the strategy for MSTR from Ben Workman. He's saying the perpetual preferred with a fixed 10% dividend. And how is this going to be different from Strike? It's going to be different as that it has no embedded conversion features, so it's not tied to the volatility of MSTR. So it's just targeting a different type of investor that's looking for that fixed 10% dividend. And all of the money that they generate from this new offering, they're going to use that to buy Bitcoin. This is huge, and we'll track the progress of STRF as it comes out. And then from Gladiator here, he says, believe it or not, MSTR is up 2% in 2025. And then also in 2025, we had the QQQ down 6%, IBIT's down 10%, Tesla's down 42%, Nvidia's down 12%, IWM is down 7%, Merit is down 25%, and Riot is down 24%. MSTR has performed very well in 2025 when you compare it to some of its counterparts, especially the QQQ. It's outperforming QQQ, even though the QQQ is down. So that is really good for MSTR there. And then if we look at the most actively traded U.S. stocks today, MSTR coming in the top 10, around $3.1 billion. I can update it here. You can see NVIDIA's up here at around $20 billion of trading volume, but MSTR definitely with a lot of trading volume here today, and that's definitely good to see when it's trading with some of the top companies in the world there. And then from Metaplanet, they've acquired 150 Bitcoin for around 12.5 million. They continue to stack more and more BTC. Their Bitcoin yield is currently 60.8% year to date. Metaplanet, one of the best performing Japanese stocks last year. They performed really, really well, and they're a pretty good company. They now hold 3,200 Bitcoin. And it seems like they're going to continue to try and accumulate more and more Bitcoin, taking on this strategy approach here. And then we have MSTR just below $300 here at $299. And if you believe in the long-term vision of MSTR strategy, where Bitcoin is going, if you think Bitcoin is going to be $1 million one day, this is a great time to get into MSTR while it's still cheap. If you think MSTR is going to be a $1 trillion company one day, continue to buy the dip, dollar cost average in. Not financial advice, but if you do need somewhere to trade MSTR, you can do that with MooMoo. The link for that will be in the comment section below. In the description below, you get up to 30 free stocks when using that link. Our affiliate link is basically free money. You can check that out when you guys have a chance to. And then from Scotty Pimpin here, this guy has become a real Bitcoiner. He says, I know a thing or two about history repeating itself. So he's comparing 2020 to 2025 and looking at that fractal there playing out. That could be where Bitcoin's going. So Scotty's saying by the end of the year, we're going to have a $200,000 BTC. That would definitely be huge for MSTR. And this is a chart we've been following for some time, the M2 money supply versus Bitcoin. And we're going to be looking at a 70-day offset versus a 107-day offset. The 107-day offset looks like it's actually a little bit more correlated here to Bitcoin. And if you look at the 107-day offset, it's looking like we're going to have a little bit of a, Bitcoin going up here, but then another dip back down before then exploding to new all-time highs. So that could be something that happens if we follow this trend exactly. But if we're looking at the 70-day offset, we're going to be getting into that area of the M2 money supply where it's just going parabolic, and Bitcoin could follow that over the next couple of months. So we'll be paying attention very closely to both of these charts as Bitcoin progresses over the next couple of months or so. Then just some more companies buying Bitcoin. Bitcoin Depot has continued to strengthen its Bitcoin treasury holding. They increased their total holdings to 94 Bitcoin. Good to see there. More companies continuing to buy the dip and dollar cost average into BTC. And something we've been seeing here over the past week, the Bitcoin ETFs, they have had inflows instead of outflows. And every time we've seen inflows from the ETFs, that's when we kind of see that Bitcoin price reversal and it starts to go back to the upside. So hopefully we can continue this trend and start to see more money flow into the ETFs. But like I said, today is going to be a quick video. I have a clip here to play for you guys at the end. Make sure to like and subscribe. We have new Bitcoin MSTR related content coming out every single day. Our goal is just to keep you guys up to date the best that we can. So stay tuned for more videos, but let's go ahead and check out this.
Status. A company in the United States can be capitalized on commodities. It cannot be capitalized on securities. There's actually a special carve-out in corporate law for publicly traded companies. But maybe more importantly, I can stand here and I can tell you that I think the price of Bitcoin will go to 13 million over 20 years. I couldn't say that about a security.